Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. Callum McGregor on Saturday refused to take any TV duties after the game because he was in the dressing room giving it tight to the players. He was not impressed with some of the younger players in the squad and on the team, and he let them know exactly what is required at Celtic. Big Chris Sutton, before we talk about Callum McGregor, Big Chris Sutton again has been talking about Celtic yesterday, and let's listen to what he had to say to a certain caller.
Celtic have been really inconsistent in terms of their performance levels. Champions League, miles off it.
Yep.
And there's a lot of unhappiness amongst the fan base about Celtic not spending a huge amount of money, not bringing lots of players in. But my point is Brendan Rodgers should be doing better domestically than he is at this moment in time with the players that he has available.
Most definitely.
They were top of the league. They were top of the league until Rangers won today.
But
they were top.
But they've been papering over the cracks with their performances, Rob.
Yes,
but they were top.
Yeah, but you don't quite understand Scottish football.
No, I do.
Second is last. You can't be behind in Glasgow. And there are Celtic fans out there who now, honestly, who will think that Celtic can't possibly win the league. And I don't necessarily agree with that.
You've got a point.
There's a long way to go. But Paul, what do you think?
Oh, Chris, where do I start?
Wait to hear this.
We're just on our way home after watching the game yesterday, and if we play like that, if we can't get it together, there's no chance of winning the league. Absolutely no chance. It's like we're putting 11 boys on the park who have never played football together. There's no plan. And you guys will know a bit more than me. If you like average players, surely the manager can mould them into a team that knows what they're doing.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, so this season, I mean, Celtic have dropped so many points domestically.
Yeah.
What would worry me about yesterday is that, I mean, Kilmarnock, I think they had more shots than Celtic. This is in Celtic's back, in the backyard. There's not a fear factor anymore when domestic teams go and play against Celtic. They don't fear Celtic. They fancy the chances.
I've been saying that for weeks.
And I may be wrong. People can phone in and tell me I'm wrong. I can't remember the last time that happened. You look at certain patches or periods this season, away at Aberdeen, away at Hibs, Kilmarnock second half, where other teams are playing Celtic off the park. That's the worry.
That is the worry. When you look at this time last year, and I was at the game, we absolutely demolished the team at Celtic Park. We are not doing that just now.
Domestically, I think that falls on the manager.
I think it does, Chris. And I don't know if he can survive if we don't win the league. It's like, I think you said earlier on, name a player that's got better under his managership, and I can't name one. Matt O'Reilly started the season really well. He's gone off the boil massively. I feel bad picking out single players because the whole team's not playing well at the moment. So it's unfair to sort of single out players, but he's dropped off a stone. I know that's not the right phrase, but he's
just got to stop you there, Pop.
Has he dropped off due to the fact that and I said this on yesterday's live, has he dropped off his form because he doesn't want to get injured? Because he knows he's got a big move coming up in the summer. Has he been told, have Celtic told Atletico Madrid to come back in the summer and you're 20 million and you'll be able to get Matt O'Reilly all day long? Tell me what you think in the comments section. And before we go on about the one and only Callum McGregor, let's go back to see what they were saying about the one and only Celtic and the run that we've been on recently.
That's you. So I'm just looking at Celtic's, obviously you're both questioning Celtic at the minute. 1 defeat in 15, 12 wins, 2 draws. In that period, beat Rangers, beat Feyenoord. I know they went out the Champions League. Is it that bad?
It was awful, Robbie.
But is it that bad? Yesterday. 15 games, and in that period, you beat Rangers in the high pressure game, beat them 2-1.
Yep.
You've won 12, drew 2, and lost 1.
On that note, what I would say, and playing devil's advocate, on that kind of form, if we go in that kind of form to the end of the league, you would suggest that we would still win the league. be correct or not. If we beat them twice, we win the league. It's as simple as that. And maybe Robbie Savage, for one, is pretty much right about that. Is it such a bad run of form? We know the way we've been playing is bad, but let's listen to see what they're saying.
I know, but this is Scottish football, Robbie. This is Scottish football. You've got, not only have you got to win, you've got to win well at Celtic, as Chris will say and agree to. And it's the same at Rangers. You've got to win and you've got to win well. And we've been scraping by teams for too long. Yeah, look, we have the odd good game, but it's the odd good game, that's it. I mean, if you watched our game against Hibernian the other night, it was absolutely awful, and somehow we scraped by. And you can only get away with that for so long.
Yeah.
And I know we've had injuries this year, and two of our best players in Cameron Carter-Vickers and Rio Hatate. So I get that, but we should still have a strong enough squad. And I still think that we've got a better squad than Rangers, but we just haven't got a clue. There's no plan.
So that was an interesting conversation. Let's get back to Callum McGregor and the fact that Callum McGregor did not want to be on the television. He was too busy giving it to the Celtic players after the game in the dressing room. Heated conversations were had, and Callum McGregor basically told them that some of the players better pull their finger out. Their jacksy, basically putting him out. He did say that some of his teammates need to learn fast and what is required to win a title at Celtic. The Scottish midfielder and Celtic captain was disappointed, obviously, with that. And he said, listen to the boos outside. You've just listened to the boos outside. That is not what is expected at Celtic. You better change your mentality quick if you want to grasp on how to win a title. McGregor said it's a big job to turn around. There's now 12 games and we have to find a way, he told the print media. We've got to get through to everyone in the squads and make them understand what is required here at Celtic. How we play, there are non-negotiables. If we don't do them, the team suffers. We've got 12 games to solve it, says Callum McGregor. There are non-negotiables. It's not like playing in any other team around the country where you can be 1-0 up and you can take your foot off the pedal and just expect to cross over the line. You know, it cannot happen. Callum McGregor went on to say to print media, he says that they must be aware of certain standards at Celtic on the pitch. That has to be the message home for some of these players. When you keep finding yourself in this position, then maybe if we have a running good of games, everything looks good. Then all of a sudden, when you don't turn up, something happens out of the blue. Where did that come from? When you look at the run of games that we have been on, and it's been a while since we've had defeat at Celtic, but drawn too many games is not good enough, says Callum McGregor. Even the one and only Greg Taylor spoke to the print media and says, yes, we had words in the dressing room. There's still 12 leagues to go, 12 league games to go, but obviously we need to improve. In terms of performance, it's not good enough. We haven't hit the levels that we can as a team, or we should have as a team. The players, the coaches, and the managers, we are all united, but we want to put on a better show for the fans, something that we have been doing. Dropping points is disappointing, says the fullback. I feel for the supporters. They expect much more from us. You've got to put everything in perspective. It is only February at the moment. There's still a long way to go. We need to find a level of performance at Celtic where we can go on and win the title. Greg Taylor says that some of the senior stars, i.e. the captain made it clear to every single member of the squad, one by one, what is required. Everyone needs to understand what this means to the club and to the fans. At least the Scottish players are standing up. The players that know what it means to play for Celtic. A lot of people are saying, get rid of Callum McGregor. He's not captain material. I said he's the only man that can be captain at Celtic last night on live. People are saying, Joe Hart, make him captain. Make Cameron Carter-Vickers captain. These players don't know what it means to be at Celtic. They don't know how to win trebles. They don't know really how to win consistently. Is what I'm maybe thinking of. Callum McGregor's been there and he's done it, and he's played with a lot of good teams. He's played with a few bad teams as well. But there's one thing for sure. Callum McGregor, behind the scenes, will be doing all to make sure that these players pull their finger out. And on that note, have a fantastic fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. It's going to be about 18, 19 degrees today. I'm going to do some gardening, clean up through the barbecue from yesterday. Hasta luego.